does it make sense? Does it make sense to buy? So here are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Are you financially ready to buy a house? And there's a few things that are included in being financially ready. It could be stability of your income. It could be the amount of your income. It could be the way that you're using the income. So all of those things are things that we want to talk about. Are you ready emotionally? Emotionally, it means, are you ready to take on the challenges that come along with being a homeowner? And that means that you have to be emotionally ready to take care of the maintenance that is around the house and to do the things that need to be done to keep a house in a good stead. I mean, you know, a lot of people that as we age in life, we tend to be less active around the house. We kind of, I think the term I've heard said is we let the house go, and the house starts to depreciate, or it starts gaining, or it stops gaining in value and it starts depreciating because we're not keeping the house up. So when you own a home, it's kind of a big deal that you take care of it, that you maintain it, and you've got to have a mindset to do that. Not everybody has that. And another thing is you've got to be able, there's got to be some skills involved. And in my case, maybe not so much. I've got to be able to hire people to fix them. But it does help if you know how to take care of the lawn, if you listen to the garden shows, you pay attention to your roof, you look at the gutters, you do the kind of things that are kind of domestic stuff. My kids would say all the uncool stuff. The cool part comes when you sell. If you do all those things and you get back a lot of the time and the money and the effort that you put into it. So those are just some of the things that we think about. A couple others is owning versus renting is based on what's best for you, and it's your specific characteristics that are going to make a difference on this question. There's not a hard and fast absolutely yes, it's a good idea to buy versus rent. For many people, it is a better idea for them to buy as opposed to rent, but there are a lot of people that should probably continue to rent, and they're either not financially ready, they're not emotionally ready, or maybe they're just not ready in general. So next one I put on there is, are tax benefits meaningful to you? And one of the positive things about buying a home today in our economy is that you get some tax advantages. And for anybody that's starting to earn a little bit of money and you see that the government's kind of reaching in your back pocket and pulling out that money, tax advantages can be pretty helpful. And it kind of adds a little bit of a bias towards the argument of whether it's a good idea to buy or not is when you get tax advantages. So obviously if you're making money, could be a good factor. Well, again, one of the things that we talk about a lot is, are you going to stay in the area? It's probably a bad idea to buy a house in the area and then move within 5-6 months or a year or 2 years for that matter, because it takes a while for the home to gain some appreciation. And one of the real beautiful things about buying a home is it becomes worth more for a couple reasons. One, if the economy is good and the area is growing, there are more and more people coming to the area, then it can be very good. The other thing is that you make improvements to the property and you maintain the property, and sometimes just the nature of the natural growth of an area can improve the value of the house. Now the same thing can happen in the opposite direction. There are some areas that don't do as well as others, so it's always good for you to have professionals working with you that can guide you as to where things are getting better, and there are some areas where things are getting worse, so you always want to know that. And how are you supposed to know? Well, you deal with people that know. You tap into the professional mindset out there. And then the final thing is, are you ready for the commitment? It is quite a commitment. It's a long-term commitment. It's not marriage, but at the same time, you're making a pretty big commitment to a house. You're going to be paying for it. You're going to be taking care of it. And so there is some similarities to being married to a property. You're not going to get back very much affection from it, but it's going to take care of you. It's going to shelter you, and it's going to provide a place for you to kind of hang and for it to make it your own. So anyway, those are some of the things on whether it makes sense for you to buy or not. We can always talk later specifically about your situation, and I encourage you to do that. Reach out to me at either kingwoodmortgageguys.com or on the phone number that I've provided for you.